So, as you know, I'm a virologist, so we have a long-standing interest in virus infections. And since COVID-19 is caused by a novel coronavirus, SARS-CoV-2, this virus attracted our interest. And because of that, we shift our research priorities a little bit to also work on this new virus. And the main interest that we have is to investigate the immunity to this virus and investigate the role of certain arms of the immune system. And this way we can help to design and develop novel vaccines against this virus. So in any virus infections, these two arms of the immune system are very important. So the antibody part and the T-cell part. And for the SARS-CoV-2, not much is known yet about these two arms of the immune system, how they contribute to protection. We know that antibodies are very important because they can neutralize the virus. But with regard to the T-cell responses, very little is known. And we are looking into that to see how infected cells can be recognized by virus-specific T cells and how these cells can contribute to protective immunity. I think the most important change that we will see, I think eventually it will be business as usual again. So 1 or 2 years from now, when everything will be more or less normal again. But the most important change I see is that there will be a higher sense of awareness, and which that I mean that we are aware now of pandemics can happen, right? We already had a warning some years ago. There are pandemics caused by other virus infections, like influenza viruses, but it can be any virus basically. And with the increased possibilities for viruses to cross the species barrier, it can jump from animals to humans. We will see this more often in the future as well. This is now one case of a pandemic, but I'm very sure that also in the future we'll see more pandemics, and we have to be aware of that. And I think the current outbreak increased that sense of awareness that we have to be careful what we're doing, how we are housing animals, and I think this is important to realize that this is not a one-time thing. We will see more examples of pandemics in the future. So I think that sense of awareness is very important, and I think that will be the biggest change that we will see in the future. And hopefully we are also better prepared for future pandemics, because as we know, it takes quite some time to develop vaccines, a minimum of a year and a half. It's really an absolute minimum, and it would be nice if we would be better prepared if a new virus comes along and cause again a big outbreak like this. So when SARS-CoV-2 started to circulate in China and then jumped to Europe and the other continents, I think in many countries were totally unprepared for this. And I hope, this is really my hope, that in the future we will be better prepared for emerging virus infections like SARS-CoV-2 as we see now. So international cooperation is extremely important. I cannot emphasize that enough. So it's crucial that respective countries share data and information on newly emerging viruses. And it's also what we have seen during the current outbreak of COVID-19. So for example, so once the genetic code of this virus was known, it was shared with the international research community. And that is so crucial, because when you know the genetic code of the virus, that will help other partners or other contributors in the field to develop vaccines, right? So this is really important, that we know how the virus is spreading, what the disease symptoms are, and also the biological and properties of the virus, its genetic code. All these things should be shared amongst the countries and the scientific research groups that they can further undertake action and develop countermeasures against these newly emerging viruses. So only with that, if you really contribute, if you all contribute to developing countermeasures and analyzing the outbreak, I think it's extremely important.